Alright, well, first off, sorry I haven't posted in a few days. I've been moving, so everything is a bit insane right now in my life, but it's starting to calm down, and everything's slowly being put back together. But anyway, getting to the video. I have some advice for CHAZ, the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone in Seattle. When you're doing your revolution, you need to keep in mind that this won't be like socialistic Marxian revolutions of the past. There are cameras everywhere now, and also there's the internet now, so you're going to want to keep those cameras away from you and out of your autonomous zone. You don't want a video record of just how insane your little experiment is. So when you have all this infighting and you have creepy weirdos telling all white citizens to hand over money to random people of color, you don't want that documented for anyone to see for the rest of time. Which has happened, by the way. White people in CHAZ were told to hand $10 over to random minorities they might encounter, preferably black people. Okay, so you're also going to want to not start off immediately by trying to extort small private businesses. Obviously, I know that's an integral part of the socialist revolution that will give way to the utopia somehow, but it isn't a pretty sight when innocent people are shaken down for their life's work. That's supposed to be done quietly, especially because you don't have the power or resources that, say, Hugo Chavez had in Venezuela when he walked from business to business, directing his underlings to expropriate all those businesses so the state may use them to their benefit. You're not at that point yet in your revolution, and if people see you do it too early on, they might not want to join your little group and make it grow to a more larger size. They also might not want to join or support you if it seems like this is not planned out or thought out too well, which I hate to say it, it's giving off those vibes right now. Do I even need to mention your attempt at farming? I don't know much about farming, but I don't think your 40 square foot garden is going to feed much more than one or two people, and not for a few months at that. So here's what you have to do to save face, if that's possible. You need to get everyone who supports your new nation. You need to have everyone pool their money and resources, and you need to relocate, which at this point should be pretty easy. There's not too many of you, or there's not so many of you that would be impossible. You should take all those resources everyone pooled and find some cheap arable land in the U.S. Start your commune or your new country or whatever you want to call it. Start it there. But before you start it, plan it out. Assign people to do nothing but study the areas they will be responsible for. Have someone become an expert in farming. Have someone become an expert electrician, an expert plumber, an expert carpenter, an expert pipe fitter, an expert in all things HVAC systems, which is pretty important. All of these things are needed, and it doesn't seem like you have any of them. And it sort of confirms what many have suspected for a long time now, that those who are involved in movements like this aren't much more than petty little rebellious children who have no idea what they're doing. So prove us wrong, and I mean it. Start off your commune right, with expertise and an iron fist to make sure people don't see how terribly it's going. You think the dictatorships of the world got to where they were because they let everyone see the terrible things they were doing? No, it's authoritarianism 101. You need to be selective with the information that is known. You've got to keep people in the dark. So go buy some land in an arable part of the country and actually plan things out. And if you own that property, I'm totally 100% fine with whatever you want to do with that property that you own. And if what you do becomes unbelievably successful and it flourishes with prosperity and the standard of living is at an acceptable rate, then you'll spread naturally from there. But when you need to use violence and when you need to force information from getting out, that seems to tell a lot of reasonably thinking people that what you're doing isn't going to work. But I gave you some tips here. Hopefully it helps you out. But who are we kidding? Your little thing is going to fail. Once the food runs out and people realize the Wi-Fi is not working anymore, people who generally are much younger and maybe idealistic will see the error of their ways and be like, you know what, maybe this isn't for me. But anyway, that's all for now. Please take it easy. Like I said at the beginning of this, our move is nearing completion here, so I'm going to have some time to work with. It's been just crazy. But anyway, that's it for now. Take it easy. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. So long.